Hey everybody, welcome to Friendship Shaving. I'm your host Mark and I'm here for a straight razor shave today. I'll be using, hopefully, my Wade and Butcher razor. I have, just in case this doesn't work, and I will explain that in a moment, I have got a feather type razor as a spare, and the soap I'll be using today is from the gentleman's Groom room, and this is a lovely scented soap, Scottish heather. We'll put that up at the back there, and I've got some lathered up on my little badger brush that was made for friendship shaving. So we'll get some of this soap on my face. I've already had my face wet, so we should be all right with this. And this actually is a lovely lather. I mixed up this soap. It's a very hard soap. Mixed it up in my bowl. Well, I've not done that before with this type of soap. And it's come out beautifully. It is more of a winter type scent, getting some balsam, some orange and some spice. But it's nice enough that I thought I would use it today. I've noticed, just going to have to drop more water to this. I've noticed there's a label on this soap and it's got a sell by date, a use by date. Now I assume that's because the soap also has honey in it. But I've not noticed a use by date on soap before. One assumes that the honey is added after the saponification process takes place. But I wondered what honey actually does in soap. Is it good for the skin? One assumes it must be, but I've never heard of anyone putting honey on their face. Now, just to tell you, I've got a giveaway today. So at the end of the shave, I'm going to put the video on pause and then I will unpause it when I get into the kitchen and we'll talk about the giveaway. So that will be right at the end of the shave. In the meantime, I'm going to try and use my Wade and Butcher razor. Now I sent this off to be honed and I shaved with it on Tuesday and it was well, let's be nice, it was not a very nice experience, and that was the first time I've used it after it had been honed. So I took it to my stones to see if I could make it any better. I've made it a little better. It's not brilliant. But we will carry on shaving with it. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not an expert at honing the razor, certainly I am not, and in fact I have natural stones from about 4,000 grit up to about 12 to 15,000, but if I ever wanted to put a new bevel onto a razor I would need a stone of about 1,000 grit. A bevel is the shaving edge, or the actual leading edge of the razor blade. So when I got it back from being honed, there are lots of different ways of honing, lots of different methods, but the grip patterns on the blade through my loop seem to go in all sorts of directions, but I had a few almost horizontal ones, and I had what's called a wire edge, and that is when a little bit of material is taken off too much at one side. You end up with an overhang, sort of like a Y shape. So I took it to my stones to try and get rid of that. I have all the sort of grit lines line up now. But yeah, it hasn't worked out very well. I did say to Ray that I would try and explain which part of the blade that I'm using for each part of my face, so you can tell by where the lather is appearing on the blade. So for this part of my face, I'm just really using the end of the blade by my ear, and the rest of the blade is coming across my face there. And there you can see, the further down I've gone, the more lather has been picked up by the edge of that blade. And in fact, guys, I'm not happy with that. I'm going to swap it out and use this blade, which has got a magnet stuck to it now. This is just an actual razor blade that clips into this type of a razor. You can see that I can unclip it there like that. And we'll just pop that back in. We'll continue with this. Very disappointed with the honing on that. Yes, very disappointed indeed. Not worth the money. It wasn't much, but definitely not worth it. So we'll continue with this. Oh, thank goodness, that's nice. So again, I tend to use that end of the blade for most parts of my face, and then it allows me to just work comfortably onto the last part of the blade here and there. Obviously on the top lip, you can use whichever bit of the blade you feel most comfortable with, but I tend again to use the end of the blade and to come in sideways on this first pass to get up by my nostrils here. There we are. So everything's easy when you know how to do it, isn't it? But I know when I was first learning how to do this, it was exceedingly difficult. So it was a very good question actually that Ray asked. And again, just on the corners there, I'm only using the end. Obviously, I don't want to use the back end because then that much blade going across my lips, so I really only want to use that part there and then come down. Obviously the bigger, flatter areas of the face, you can use the whole blade if you so wish. But I feel that I have a lot of control over the end of the blade. Now obviously down here I can use whichever part of the blade I like, but it's quite a reasonably flat area, so I can get the whole length of the blade used there. Well, that was an easy-ish first pass. Rather a shame about my Wade and Butcher, because now I will have to send that off to have that honed again, and I will go with my usual guy this time. I sent it to somebody different. And it's rather curious because there are parts of the blade that I can feel has a smoothness, but generally it felt like it was just tearing my bristles out of my face, and that's really not good. That's really not good. So yes, but as I say, there are plenty of different ways of honing. Or maybe the gentleman was just drunk. I don't know. We won't focus too much on that. But I think I may have to get myself a stone in which I can set a bevel. Generally, speaking very generally, once a straight razor is sharp, and the leading edge of the razor has been set on an appropriate stone, it's just a question of using a stone with a higher grit value to keep that razor sharp. But occasionally it can get blunt and you may need a lower grit value to bring that sharpness. It's certainly if you dropped your razor or you damaged the leading edge, you would have to reset that bevel, and that's where you need the higher grit stones. So generally I do okay, just managing to keep my razors sharpened with the sharpening stones that I've got. But that one was progressively difficult and I couldn't get it back. And hence I sent it off. Now you can see by the foam or the lather, I used the whole length of that blade there down my cheek. And just going round the chin. I'm using the middle to the tip. So we'll do the same this side. There we are. I can come all the way down there. Very nice little blade, this one. Now I can, on this side, use the back end of the blade by my mouth there. But if I swap hands, I can use the tip there, and I'm much more comfortable doing that. So there'll be another video, probably on Sunday, guys. I've got another little box through, another nice gifts of friendship waiting to show you, and I've got an unboxing. I bought something from France. I won't tell you what it is, but it's turned up at my door in an old printer box that is about this big. And what I was expecting was a little box like this. I thought it was only going to be a nice little, so either it didn't have the size on it, so either there's a lot of packing in that box, or I have ordered something really much bigger than I imagined. I'll leave it at that. I won't tell you any more. Keep that a secret till the time comes when I open it on video. I'm intrigued, you know, by this use by date on this soap. So I had a lot of soaps recently from Mike that have honey in it. I'm now wondering if I should look at those to see if they have a use by date. Because this is, you know, it's full and it says used by the 1st of the 3rd, 22. So it's out of date. Well, I'll tell you what, it looks good. It certainly smells good. So I'll just be using that. So now going against the grain on my neck, using the full length of the blade for the most part. But I'm using the very tip here. Being very, very careful around that ear. Make sure you get a good view in the mirror. So the last thing you want to do is go like that and take your ear off. I have seen a gentleman with his lobe missing that has done exactly that. Not concentrating, I've just turned the razor around, not concentrating, and poof, and it's gone. Oh, I bet that hurt. I really bet that hurt. I bet it bled like a demon. Do you know, if you're thinking of having a look at a straight razor, I mean, this one I've got here was £11 from AliExpress. You buy the razor blades separately to go in it. They really are a superb razor. Well worth having a look at. Because honestly, for me, personally speaking, honing a razor is a lot to learn, and I find it to be a real pain in the arse. I'm sure it's something like everything that you would become more used to and it would get easier. And more intuitive in time. But it's certainly not intuitive for me at the moment. Now, see, can you see? Let me just get rid of this. I'm coming across here, look. But the bottom of the blade is catching my chin there. So that's why it's very good to put the blade on an angle there, or to come a little bit higher up, just so that the end misses my chin there. All sorts of things you have to think of when you first, when you first start. And please be careful across your nose, because I have seen people cut their noses as well. So there we go. Look, I'm going to come a little bit higher up this time. There we are. So Ray, I hope that helped a little bit. Maybe it'll inspire you to pick up your razor again. Certainly when you're beginning, and I've just turned it the wrong way around, so I'm using the back end now just to demonstrate. Easiest thing to do is to lather up your face and just start on your cheeks, getting as flat as you can. Start on your cheeks, both sides, and then do the rest with your safety razor. Once you get used to doing your cheeks and you feel that that's coming along, you can continue that around the jawline there. And similarly, finish off, and once you've got used to that, start coming down onto the neck, and do it a bit at a time rather than all at once, perhaps, is a good way to go. Now, I'm going to rinse off. Do you know, that little razor, £11, I've had an absolutely stunning shave with that. Really very nice. Now, wipe and dry my face. I found that my Proraso White Balm goes really nicely with the scent of this. So, and neither of them are strong. I'm going to use that today. Nice soap. Nice balm. It's a glycerine soap, that one. It's very nice soap. It's really nice. Normally I have face lathered with that before, and I thought, do you know, I'll just put some in a bowl. Used an old lolly stick to scrape it off the top and put it in my bowl. Oh boy, that's nice. That's really nice, guys. Now, I'm going to pause this video. I'll see you in the kitchen for a giveaway very shortly. Ta-da! Hi guys, welcome back. I'm in the kitchen now for a little giveaway. So I've got three giveaways, 1, 2 and 3. I've been very fortunate recently to have some great gifts of friendship, so it's really forced me to look at everything I've got. There we are, that's a bit better, isn't it? Let me just go and turn the light on. Back in a moment. There we are, we've got some lights on, so it's really forced me to look at everything I've got and to start sorting some things out and to pass some of those items along. So the first item I've got is a book, and it is called How to Make Shaving Soap by Carrie Siebert. I hope I'm saying that right. Now, Carrie is a certified soap maker, and she is married to Darren, and together they have the company Soap Commander. Now, in this book, something I bought to look at. I never got around to making any soap, but in here there are a number of recipes from beginner and then a little more advanced and a little more advanced and so on. They talk about the percentages of lye and various other items that you might use in your soap. They talk about tallow or lard and the different types of acids that those fats contain. It is a really, for a small book, it is really quite in depth, and it's a practical book. It's meant to be used to make soap. So there are recipes. I'm just looking at now with mango or kokum or shea or cocoa butter rather. It tells you what those fats do. So they contribute good stearic amounts and add creaminess to this particular lather. So there we are. That is a book, a very good book, he says, having not quite got around to making any soap from it. I forgot I had this, found it on my bookshelf. Thought it'd be great for one of you guys that are more practical than I am, that just fancied having a go at making your own soap, written by somebody who makes soap and makes a living out of it. So I think that's a good book. So if you're interested in this, just write the word book in the comments. And what we'll do is we'll leave this for a week on Friday, so a fortnight. I'll announce the winners in a fortnight. Okay, so that is book. Now we've got box 1, which is going to be on the bottom here. Now, do you remember a little while ago I got a Gillette Slim, came in a case, it was in a terrible state. Well, I have cleaned it up as best I can, and this is it. Now when you get it, it could probably do with a little bit of oil in the mechanism there and a little bit of oil on this bit, but at the moment everything is turning very nicely. It's not squeaking. The click mechanism works. The only thing is that I think this was put away wet for about 50 years, and it looks very nice, but if you catch a certain light, there are what I call little areas where there are watermarks just on the doors there. But as I say, you do have to catch a certain light. I would not like to polish those anymore. I'd like this to go to someone who has never shaved with a Gillette Slim. And as the Gillette Slims are more prevalent in the USA, this one is going to be a UK or Europe giveaway. You can pick these up 10 to the dozen in the US, whereas over here they're quite hard to find. So it's going to be a UK or Europe wide or rest of the world giveaway. Not for America, this one, I'm afraid. But with that, I'm going to put in a Yashi brush. It's got that bit on it there. Can you see in the light? It's got that bit of... It was like that when I got it. Just wants to go like that. But it keeps sort of coming down here. I think if you got an O-ring and put that around there, that would just hold that in place. We've got a clear and black brush. And I've got a collection of 2, 4, 6, 8 sterling soaps. There we go. Just a collection there. So if you have not got any sterling soaps. Now these are about an ounce. Some of them have been used a little bit, not very much. So in here we've got almond cream, coconut lime, black cherry, barbershop, sharp dressed man, deep blue sea, Duke and Baker Street. So there we go. That is box 1. And if you would write box 1 in the comments, please do remember box 1 is UK and the rest of the world, not for America. Sorry about that. But certainly some of us guys in Europe are just gagging to try these old Gillette razors that you guys in America, you know, see all the time. And I know from looking on eBay, see, some people that advertise on eBay don't post to Europe. They go so reasonably on eBay, you can get them for incredible prices. So box 1. Box 2. This one is for America only. So I've got, let me take it all out and then I can put it back in the box. I've got an aluminium razor stand, okay, and to go with that, I have got an aluminium silver coloured Lupo from Razor Rock that fits on that stand. Very nice razor, 0.72 blade gap, nice and light, a very nice razor if you like a lightweight razor. Fits on there beautifully. I will find a brush to put in here. Guys, I thought I had done that, but I hadn't done it. I will do it. So in here we've got some more sterling soaps. We've got another barbershop, Haverford, Sweet Stuff, beautiful, and Sharp Dress Man, beautiful. And then what I do is I put in 100 blades or thereabouts. And by the time I come to announce the winner, I'll give you the option of a brush to go in here as well. So this one is Box 2 USA. If you would write that down in the description. And what I'm doing by doing that, I've got a little barber shop scented soap from Shetland Soap, and yeah, I'll get a brush in there and I will fill that box. So there we are, a couple of nice boxes there. So we've got book, box 1, box 2 USA. You've got to pick one only, please guys. I do that so that there's a smaller amount of people in each draw, therefore you have a better chance of winning. And I will announce the winner in a fortnight's time. Until then, take good care, and I'll see you shortly for a gifts of friendship stroke unboxing. What will be in that box, we shall see. Take care now. Bye bye everyone.